Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy New Year to all of you. This is Srinivas Miriala. I take care of product marketing and business development for Asia Pac. In this session, we'll be talking about customer success story from one of the banking and financial sectors. So this is a sector which we are seeing really good traction, not only in North America, but also in Europe and Middle East. The, the customer, we'll be picking one customer. In this case, it's a global financial organizations whose support operations, which includes infra application operations, have to deal with very complex and distributed environments. So here we are talking about close to 5,000 plus applications, 100,000 plus assets from various technologies and vendors. So you can imagine it's very, very complex environment and operations that the team is responsible for. And we'll see how they have used AIOps to achieve significant cost savings, primarily by able to reduce the number of tickets they have to handle, and which they could do it by eliminating non-actionable alerts and incidents. And second is improving the efficiency of L1, which means able to reduce the involvement of L2 and L3. And the third is by significantly reducing the MTTR, which is basically means they're able to resolve the incidents much faster than before, which greatly helped them improve the customer satisfaction. And also they started to use the predictive capabilities of the AIOps to start preventing issues, which further increases the customer satisfaction. Before we get into the solution aspect, let's look at what was the situation before they embarked on the AIOps and how we came up with the priorities, the use cases, and how the solution addressed them and provided the outcomes. So the situation before they adopted AIOps is, they have different tools, close to 20, 25 different monitoring tools, each operating in their own siloed view, generating tickets directly into the ITSM system, either automatically or through human intervention, the result of which is very, very high ticket volume because they don't know what is happening around them. So they're simply observing the situation and raising the ticket. The second issue they are facing is because when the ticket comes and the support team has to work on these tickets, they don't have very rich context. So which resulted in them have to follow a lot of manual process, either for the triaging or during the resolution periods. And the third scenario is, since the teams has to work with distributed teams, the support team has to work with distributed teams, and each team was using different collaboration tools. So it is becoming very difficult for them to coordinate with them. So they're resulting in a lot of duplicate work. So what is this impact of this? Very obviously very high costs, as the tickets have a very direct correlation to the cost, and very high MTTR because of the manual process, which is impacting the customer satisfaction. And since the data is in different places, the operation team has to spend a lot of time and effort in collecting the data for either report generation or analysis. And finally, the involvement of L2 and L3, which is very high, which management definitely wants to reduce because these are highly valuable resources which can be used in other transformation and automation projects. So with that background, before we started on AIOps, there was a clear SOW that was defined as written down with clear priorities on which use cases to be addressed first and what things has to be sought. So on the business side, very clearly the reduction of the cost is top on the list and followed by improving the response rates. And the third one is improving the L1 efficiency rate. So that way the L2 and L3 gets freed up. Coming to the operational side, there are a lot of the tactical things that we were required to address. One is to have all the data in one place. That way the teams can go to one place for any data for either report purpose or further analysis purpose. Second is they wanted to automate as much process as possible that is required during the triaging and resolutions, either the knowledge lookups or pinpointing where the root cause is, or providing them the insights on which automation tools or remediation tools has to be invoked for this particular situation. And the third area they're really looking for is making their whole collaboration with the different teams seamless as possible, because now they have to deal with multiple tools. How can we make it easy for them? So with those objectives, so we started a AIOps journey. So the solution is deployed on premises with all the required enterprise integrations. On the left side, this is like an integration diagram. On the left side, you see all the sources where it takes the data from, either directly or it enriches with its own capabilities. For example, the CMDB data gets enriched with dependency mapping. On the right side are the tools and process where it makes it more efficient and intelligent. And everything in between is the magic. We will explain what each capability it delivers to make this happen, making the right tools and process more efficient and intelligent, whether it is by reducing the number of tickets or making the whole handling of the ticket faster, or invoking intelligently the RPA tools. So whatever the process on the right side you see, with using the data from the left side, it makes an intelligent decision. So that's how it achieves the efficiencies. So we'll explain each one in detail in the subsequent steps. First and foremost, this is something customers really liked it. So now, since we integrated with all the different operation tools, so we have all the alert and event data in one place. Not only being able to see everything in one place, the data is enriched with a lot of contextual data. So for example, alerts are enriched with which service it belongs to, which support group it belongs to, which data center, what the vendor and life cycle. So very, very rich information it is able to enrich because of, with the integration with CMDB, its own asset intelligence. So this information is very, very useful and became very handy for these teams to be able to generate the different reports that they are required to do for their management. So once the information is on in one place, the second most important step is how do we correlate so these alerts don't end up as tickets directly. So that is the whole idea of reducing the tickets. So how CloudFabrix does is very unique. So it uses something called as concept called a stack, which is basically a logical grouping of assets. So which it automatically detects, and it also gets updated as things change. So once it has the stack information, it groups all the alerts that are happening for this particular service within a particular time period, groups them as a single incident. And to further enhance the accuracy, it also has the concept called symptoms. So which it basically learns using the description and other attributes the alert has. So it will further makes the whole correlation accurate. So this is how the number of alerts that has to go into the tickets is now reduced, because you are basically grouping all related alerts into one instance, and when you address that instance, those alerts get automatically resolved. So that's the whole idea of the correlation. So once the incident is created in the ticket, then comes our incident room, which is where users will have a lot of contextual intelligence to make their whole job of processing the ticket more efficient. And we have provided three key enhancements to the ticketing handling process. One is, when the ticket is created, the solution looks up the knowledge base using the ticket attributes and presents that information to the user. So the user don't have to go and manually search for the knowledge base, which is what L1s are doing today. And the second is, when in the cases where they have to do triaging to allocate to the right team, it'll provide a root cause inference. So how it does is, it will automatically pull all the metrics, logs, and traces that are related to this particular incident. So it automatically knows, what is the context of the incident, what are all the impacted elements, and then which are the monitoring tools that are used for these assets, and it'll pull all the information and applies its anomaly detection. So can pinpoint which component or which attribute is a possible root cause. With that information, users can simply assign to the right team. And the third area where the intelligence is provided is in the resolution process. In this scenario, apart from the root cause analysis, we also provided a integration single console for them to invoke the relevant RPA tools as well as to collaborate seamlessly with any team, irrespective of what tool, underlying tools. That way, so operator can have to deal with single console and they don't have to worry about what the recipient team is using. And the second thing is, all the information is in one place, so the knowledge recycle happens. And finally, this is the nirvana of any AIOps solution. So this is like prediction. So the third stage is improving the resolution response times. Now we are able to set up ML pipelines on any particular KPIs or any data that is available for the system, and it will project out for a week or 2 weeks period, and even pinpoints if it detects any anomalies or seasonality. That way the operator can take proactive actions to prevent these incidents. So with these four capabilities, the customer is able to achieve significant ticket reduction and also reduce the MTTR and improve the efficiency ratios. These are some of the subset of the outcomes we are able to achieve. And beyond that, there is a lot of operation KPIs that the customer could benefit from our solution. If you need any further details, you can visit our website, cloudfabrix.com, or send us an email and someone will get back to you for any deep dive sessions or further demos. Thank you and have a great day and get ready for the next session.